on our webinar and we will begin. Hello, hello, and welcome, Travel Week readers. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have a great show planned. We've got Sekou and Renee here from Grenada Tourism Authority, and they are going to catch us up on all the wonderful things that are going on at this destination. Just a few notes of housekeeping before we get started. Number one, if you have any questions during the course of today's webinar, please don't hesitate to put those into the Q&A box that you see at the bottom of your screen. I will be back on at the end of today's show to ask any questions that you have on your behalf, so don't be shy and use this time to get your questions answered. Also, we have a prize attached to today's webinar. It is a $100 Amazon gift card. Woohoo! All you have to do to be eligible for the prize is stay through to the very end of today's webinar and you will automatically be entered in the draw to win. We will announce the prize winner in the follow-up email to this webinar, so please keep your eye out for that in the next coming days. And with that, I believe it is all our housekeeping for today. And so I am so excited to pass the floor over to the wonderful Sekou and Renee. Take it away, and I will see you again at the end of the show. Thanks so much. See you for now.
Thank you so much for the introduction. Travel Week readers, it's a pleasure and a joy to actually have you here this afternoon. So it's a beautiful afternoon here. I am stationed in Toronto, and my colleague Renee is a lucky girl. You know, she is in Grenada.
I was just gonna say, I'm the lucky one, and it's a gorgeous day here as well. Sun is out, sky is blue, breeze is warm, nice.
And I'm sure there's lots of vibes in the city right now too, because it's carnival too, right?
Yeah, carnival time is right around the corner, so you know. Lots of people getting ready, lots of visitors coming in. Yeah, it's good.
All right, awesome. So again, my name is Sekou Strode, and I represent the Grenada Tourism Authority here in Canada. You know, Canada is my territory, the small territory of Canada. I am the person who you would contact to get everything Grenada. Contact me, and Renee is my point person on island. So I am going to just jump right in. The screen that you're watching at right now is our beach on the northern side of the island, which is our Bathway Beach. And some of the islands that you're seeing out in the distance, these are some of our Grenadine islands. And you can see Carriacou just a little bit faded in the distance. Okay, but I'm going to get in more about Carriacou and Petit Martinique a little later in the presentation. But before I really go into everything, I'd just like to let you know that you're probably hearing that Hurricane Beryl actually touched in Grenada. I'd just like to let you know that Hurricane Beryl, even though it actually came to the tri-island state of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, Grenada was hardly touched. Our sister island of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, however, was actually, 95% of the buildings were actually damaged, and quite a few homes lost their roofs, and quite a few homes actually were destroyed. But the island of Grenada itself, where all of your visitors, most of your visitors will be going, the island remains open for business. The airport reopened the day after Hurricane Beryl passed, as well as the hotel accommodations. They're all open, and the attractions are all open. And of course, the people are still ready and waiting and welcome and very, very welcoming. So again, if you have any clients that are actually scheduled to come to Grenada, please don't change their bookings. Grenada is ready and open for business to welcome your visitors. So before I get right in, I'm just going to play a short video of the beautiful island of Grenada. And that is my island paradise, Grenada, the spice of the Caribbean. So, Grenada, you may wonder where we are located. Where we're currently located, well, not currently located, we are located in the Southern Caribbean, and geographically, we are below the hurricane belt. You know, so we usually get a hurricane every 20 years or so. The last hurricane before Beryl passed through was Ivan in 2004. So again, like about 20 years ago. But the hurricane before Beryl, before Ivan in 2004 was in 1955, which was Janet. You know, but because Mother Nature, you know, sometimes plays tricks on us, you know, you never know what's in store for us. So again, get into Grenada. Grenada, we have currently one flight weekly with Air Canada, and that flight leaves on Saturdays, and it is going to be changed from Saturdays to Sundays from November 3rd. So from November 3rd, that once weekly flight is going to transition into 2 times weekly with Air Canada, go into the island on Sundays, on Tuesdays. As well as, for the first time ever, WestJet has also announced that they are going to be servicing Grenada. So they're going to be starting service into Grenada from November 3rd as well until the 27th of April. So it's going to be a seasonal flight. And again, Sunwing, they are also going to be resuming service into the destination from November 3rd. So we have quite a few options, especially in the wintertime, for your clients to get to Grenada. It's only about 5 and 15 minutes to get to the island. And once you land on the island, most of the resorts are located within 10 to 15 minutes away from the airport. So you can land on the airport and be at your resort within an hour of actually landing and sipping hot cocktails and having a nice, swimmingly beautiful Caribbean Sea. So Grenada, we are not only one island, but we are 3 island destination: Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Carriacou and Petit Martinique are smaller dependent islands on Grenada, and they are also Grenadine islands. But we don't, and actually Carriacou is actually the largest of all the Grenadine islands. So in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, the tri-island state, we are a geotourism destination. So we really believe in tourism that really sustains you. You know, a tourism that actually, you know, enhances the distinctive geographical character of a place. We have both black and white sand beaches, waterfalls, crater lakes, and sulfur springs. We have lush tropical rainforests with exotic flora and fauna. And we also have the world's first underwater sculpture park. We have very healthy reefs and, of course, excellent wreck dives. And Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique is a very safe destination. We actually recommend that all your clients leave the resort and just explore the island. Go into the town, go into the market, buy some spices, make a friend. It's not uncommon to see visitors on someone's veranda having a drink or having coffee or even having dinner, because that's the type of people we are in Grenada. We are very, very welcoming and very, very friendly. What makes Grenada the spice of the Caribbean, in addition to our spices, is our people. We are the spice in addition to the spices that you actually infuse in some of the foods that we eat. And Grenada, we have some of the most highly graded spices and dark chocolate you would ever taste in the world. Grenada, as soon as you get off the plane, you smell the aroma of the spices in the air. And we are also known as the Caribbean capital of chocolate. I'll talk more about the chocolate a little bit later. So our Grandad's Beach, as you can see in the top left-hand side of the screen, Grandad's Beach was named by Condé Nast Travel as the best beach in the world in 2019. So if you have any clients that are beach lovers, Grenada is a perfect place to send them, because we have over 45 beaches, both black and white sand beaches. On the Caribbean side of the island, there is the calm waters, white sand beaches on the Caribbean side of the island. And on the Atlantic side of the island, there is black sand and a little bit rougher waters on the Atlantic side. So on any day of some of your clients' vacation, if they go for 2 weeks, which is typically the length of Canadian stay, they can bathe on a different beach almost every day of their vacation, or sometimes 2. So some quick facts about the island. Like I previously noted, Grenada, we are geographically located outside of the hurricane belt, even though sometimes Mother Nature would show us a curve. We also have the southernmost of the Windward Islands, and our average temperature is 27 degrees Celsius. If the temperature ever dips below 23 or 20 degrees Celsius, the locals will start wearing gloves and sleeping on the blankets, and, you know, it's going to be something else. The temperature never dips below 20 degrees. We are 133 square miles with a population of 110,000 people. Our local language is English, and we are tied to the US dollar. So one US dollar would give you $2.67 EC dollars. That's Eastern Caribbean dollar. So I would recommend that you advise your clients to actually change their Canadian dollar into US, because the Canadian dollar, it fluctuates so much. If you bring it on the island, you may not get a fair exchange rate. So I'll tell you a little bit more about Carriacou. Even though currently Carriacou is not really welcoming much visitors because we're currently trying to rebuild from Hurricane Beryl, but we really need you to send all your clients to Grenada, because that's how, you know, it can help actually rebuild both Carriacou and Petit Martinique, because the money that's actually circulating in Grenada would help to rebuild those two islands. So Carriacou is located 23 miles northeast of Grenada. It's 13 square miles, only 8,000 people, and it's a very safe and secure, laid-back culture in Carriacou. It's known as the Isle of Reefs, so you can imagine the underwater sea life in Carriacou is amazing. You pull up a boat in Carriacou and you can actually see the shadow of the boat in the water. The water is so pristine and clear. It's also home to pristine beaches and oyster mangrove bed, and it's really rich in the West African culture and big drum dancing. Petit Martinique, not to be mistaken by Martinique, which is French. Petit Martinique belongs to Grenada, and it's not even measured in square miles, it's measured in acres. So Petit Martinique is 586 acres. Only 1,000 people live on that island. And it's located 25 miles northeast of Grenada. And it's, again, a very close-knit, community-oriented culture. And they're very, very, very rooted in ancestry and the cultural heritage. Very, very rich in boat building and fishing. A quick fact. Petit Martinique has one of the highest per capita incomes in the Eastern Caribbean. Because the island is so small, you know, lots of them do boat building and fishing, and that industry has lots and lots of money in it. So when the Scottish came to the Caribbean, or came to Grenada in the colonial time, they actually settled in both Carriacou and Petit Martinique. So they actually brought their boat building culture to those islands. So up to today, most of those the boats that are built in Carriacou and Petit Martinique, you would see them traversing some of the southern Caribbean islands, bringing cargo from island to island to island. They're called the Carriacou sloops. So back to Grenada. It's pure nature in Grenada. It's a tropical paradise. 1/9 of our landmass is preserved as parks, and we have 7 of the gardens listed in the UK's Book of 100 Best Gardens. So the land in Grenada is very, very fertile. I always say, you throw a stone today, you come back tomorrow, that stone is a boulder. You come back next week, that boulder becomes a mountain. Everything grows in Grenada. We have volcanic crater lakes and bird conservatories, and we have lots of natural sulfur and boiling springs on the island, and a plethora of waterfalls. We have a waterfall for almost every type of person who enjoys waterfall. We have a waterfall that you can just step out of your car and be at, and we have waterfalls that would actually take a quick hike to be at. So, and all those waterfalls you can actually bathe in. It's a real nature lover's paradise in Grenada. There is literally something for everyone. And of course, we are the gateway to the Grenadines. We are a premier yachting destination, and we offer a wealth of sheltered anchorages and year-round good weather. We have super marinas capable of housing 90-meter yachts, and we have crewed yachts, or you can actually get bareboat rentals on some of the yachts. Our calendar is packed year-round with lots of regattas, sailing festival, boat regatta, and of course, Carriacou and Petit Martinique has their own regatta. And in Grenada, love blossoms here. All right, Grenada is a naturally romantic destination. It's quiet, it's peaceful, and locations of fantastic views and secluded beaches. So you can have weddings on old abandoned forts or close to a waterfall, or you can have beach weddings, and you can also get 24-hour marriage license. And we actually think outside of the box to make your wedding memorable. You can get married on the water, in coconut fiber, and riverstone wedding gowns. You know, so those memorable experiences, we actually think outside of the box to make it, you know, really, really stand out your wedding days. And of course, soft adventure and excitement. Grenada is pure excitement. All right, you can go river tubing down the Baltazar River. You can go paddleboarding. There's an excellent network of hiking trails. You can go kayaking through sheltered mangrove beds. And of course, we actually have the world's first underwater sculpture park, as you can see one of the sculptures on the right-hand side of the screen. The sculptures are in total over 135 sculptures. And we recently added 35 sculptures to the underwater sculpture park. So one of the sculptures that you're seeing on the screen right now is one of those sculptures that was recently added. It's called the Coral Carnival, and it's sculptured after some of our carnival costumes that you will see in August when we celebrate our pure Spice Mass, our carnival season. And again, Grenada and Carriacou is a twin island dive destination. We have over 50 dive sites with 20 wreck dives. We have a dive for every single level of divers, from beginner to intermediate to advanced level divers. And of course, Grenada is particularly known for our wreck diving. We actually have the largest wreck dive in the Caribbean, which is the Bianca Sea. The Bianca Sea is a cruise ship that sunk off the coast of Grenada in the 60s when the engine room caught fire. But no one on board was killed when that happened, because actually only one person died on the ship at the time when the engine room caught fire. He was the engineer in the engine room at the time. Everyone else was saved by the local Grenadians. When they saw the boat on fire in the harbor, they all jumped in their fishing boats and their yachts, and they saved everyone on board. But the Bianca Sea, it sunk really strategic location. It sunk along a seawall. So for all the divers, they can actually dive the wreck. And on the way back up to the surface, they can dive the seawall with all the corals and all the sea life and all the fishes. It's an incredible dive, I've heard. I'm not a diver myself. I'm a snorkeler. I actually, whenever I go to Grenada, I snorkel the underwater sculptures. And it's a beautiful sight to see. But like I said, for divers, it's a diving paradise. And most of our excursions that are dive related are located within 10 to 20 minutes away from the shore. So you don't take a very long time commuting to the dive site. You may take lots of time diving. So you can do a morning dive, go back to the hotel and have lunch, decompress a little, and then go back out for an afternoon dive. And some of the dive shops even have night dives available. Okay, our year-round temperature in the water is like 28 degrees Celsius, so you don't have to wear any cold suits whatsoever. So some things to do while you're in Grenada: you can go kayaking, paddleboarding. There's a rum tour. We have over 4 rum distilleries, and one of the oldest rum distilleries in the Caribbean is the River Antoine Rum Distillery. This rum distillery, they still use a water wheel to crush the cane to make the sugar cane, to make the rums. They still actually label each bottle of rum by hand. So this is a really, if you have any clients that are interested in doing a rum tour or just doing a tour of the island itself, I would recommend that they ask their tour guide to make a stop at the River Antoine Rum Distillery. We actually have also historic scenic tours, some of the forts that are built in Grenada. Grenada was colonized by both the English and the French in the colonial times. So lots of the forts were actually built by the French, and some of the villages and some of our streets are still named, has French names. Example, our Grandans Beach, which is our world famous beach. That's French, Grandans. And lots of our villages like Montgelou and Lansapine, they're all French names. And of course, Grenada, we are a foodie's paradise. We were actually named the world's first culinary capital by the World Food and Travel Association. So to sample some of the Grenadian food, I would recommend that some of your clients or whenever you yourself go to Grenada, you actually go to Dodgy Dock Street Food Wednesdays. So Dodgy Dock Street Food Wednesdays is when lots of the local street vendors, they would actually go to the Dodgy Dock, which is a restaurant for one of the local hotels, and they would put up different stalls selling their local food. And additional to the food, there's also live entertainment, and that's where lots of local would actually hang out too. So on a Wednesday night, you would get to immerse yourself in the culture and eat local food. and listen to some local music for some local musicians and just have a beautiful time. And of course, what's going to Grenada without actually sampling some of our spices and produce? You know, Grenada, we are the spice island. So as soon as you step off the plane, you get the aroma of the spices. If you actually come into Grenada by cruise and you're actually spending a day, as soon as you enter the harbor, you get the aroma of the spices in the air. Nutmeg, cinnamon, cloves, you know, we make them all and they're the best graded spices. So some recent accolades that we got. The best beach in the Caribbean was actually Paradise Beach, located in our sister island of Caracou. And of course, the Belmont Estate was named the best Caribbean attraction by the USA Today Top 10. As I mentioned earlier on, we were actually named by the World Travel Association as the world's first culinary capital. And Caribbean Journal actually named us the culinary destination of the year in 2022 and the Caribbean's capital of chocolate. Our underwater sculpture park was named one of the 25 wonders of the world by National Geographic. And of course, right now, you know, with lots of the fires burning around Canada, you were thinking about air quality that you breathe. Grenada was one of 13 countries with the best air quality, and that was measured by IQ Air. So again, if you have any clients that are, you know, just wants to go and unwind and they're dealing with wellness and they want to breathe some clean air, send them to Grenada. We have the best air quality in the world. And at the Chelsea Flower Show, we have won 16 consecutive gold medals at the flower show. So that again speaks to how fertile our soil is. Anything grows. So some festivals and events. We have our Spice Mass, which climaxes the second weekend in August. So it's around the corner. So if you have any clients that are interested in Carnival and just having a safe, enjoyable time during our Carnival, send them to Grenada. We have Air Canada, and we also have Caribbean Airlines that's actually going to be flying to Grenada for our Spice Mass. So we have steel band competition during our Spice Mass. We have calypso competitions, and of course we have the street parties. As you can see in the middle screen, there's someone in look like black paint. This is actually oil that we actually put on our bodies during our Jab Jab Juve. This is a street party that goes on from 3 in the morning to like 12 noon. And it's just lots of music, jumping behind a truck and dancing and drinking alcohol and eating food and just having a merry old time. So that's Jab Jab Juve. And we also have a day or two when you actually go on the street with your pretty costumes and your parade behind trucks, listening to music and just having a clean fun, safe fun. Grenada's Carnival is one of those carnivals that you go and you have a really good time and you don't have to look over your shoulder whatsoever because no one's going to bother you. And of course, we have our traditional mask, which is the short knees. So they will dress up themselves in with different costumes, as you can see on the right-hand side of the screen. They have powder in their hand, and some of the costumes that they're wearing has mirrors. So as they jump, the mirrors will make noise and they will wave the powder. And it's just a lot of fun. Lots of culture, lots of mass, lots of rum, lots of partying, lots of dancing, and lots of excellent music. So it's an authentic, majestic, and splendid during our carnival period. And of course, in Caracou, they usually have the Caracou Maroon and String Band Music Festival in April. And it's 3 days of just cultural activities, excellent food, dancing, and lots of good time. And of course, we have the Chocolate Festival. The Chocolate Festival usually takes place in May. And during the Chocolate Festival, you can eat, drink, and bathe in chocolate. It's like Willy Wonka's Island. You can have chocolate facials, you can have chocolate spa sessions, chocolate rum, chocolate bear, hot chocolate, the real hot chocolate, not the type of chocolate you would buy at hot chocolate you would buy at Loblaws, right? I'm talking about the real hot chocolate. So if you have any clients that are chocolate lovers, send them to Grenada. They are not going to be disappointed for the Chocolate Festival. And actually, we have this person who is responsible for the Chocolate Festival this year on the call with us right now. And she's going to be speaking to you quite soon. And that's Renee Goodwin. You know, so she'll be able to tell you a little bit more about the Chocolate Festival if you have any questions about that. And of course, we have our Dive and Conservation Fest. Our Dive and Conservation Fest takes place the 13th to the 23rd of September, and it takes place in both Grenada and Carriacou. And they are a day that you can go wreck diving, a day you can go lionfish hunting, a day you can dive reefs, and a day you can dive all the wrecks that we have on the island. And of course, we tie in conservation to our dive sector because we stay true to our brand, which is Pure Grenada. Pure Grenada, we attach sustainability to almost everything that we do on the island. Okay, so we have our Dive and Conservation Fest happening from the 13th to the 23rd of November. And of course, I'm gonna hand it over to my lovely colleague, Renee, who is gonna go through the accommodations for you. Renee, take it over.
Hi, everybody. I hope you guys are doing great. I am so sorry that my camera is not working, so you can't see, you know, my glorious expressive face while I go through the accommodation. Okay, so in Grenada now, hold on, Sekou, slow your roll with the slide, sweetie, go back. In Grenada now, you know, we really have something for everybody in terms of accommodation. You know, we have bed and breakfasts, we have inns, we have guest houses, we have full service luxury resorts. You know, we have your global brands. We really do have, you know, a property for every pocket. And we are so proud to say that the majority of our hotels and properties in Grenada are locally family owned. So that is, you know, something that we are very proud of. Okay, now you can go ahead. Okay, Six Senses, last suggest, is the newest kid on the block. They just opened very recently this year. They are one of the few hotels that are actually outside of kind of the main hurricane belt. It's in the parish of St. David, which is where I live. Actually, it's like 7 minutes up the road from my house. So it's really great, you know, to have something like that in our community because most of our hotels are kind of clustered down south. There are 3 restaurants, a glorious, cute little ice cream and coffee bar called Scoop Cafe. You can have in-villa dining if you wish. There's a very cool water bar, Six Senses Spa. There's an outdoor pool. You know, Six Senses is very, very focused on wellness and rejuvenation. So they really have a lot of very cool things there. There's an alchemy bar where you can go and create your own scrubs and your own soaps. Like it's a very, very, very thoughtfully laid out place. You know, you could tell that they really put a lot of thought into how you know, what your experience is going to be like. They have a gorgeous library there as well. It's very, very family friendly. They have a great kids program and teens program as well. And there's tons of different spaces for private events. Next slide. Silver Sands Beach House is like the second newest kid on the block. They are located on Potiche Beach. It's a beachfront property, blends the charm of the Caribbean with fresh flavors of the Mediterranean. That is the theme of their restaurant. Like I said, Potiche Beach is really, really nice. It's very secluded. Just a quick note, there are no private beaches in Grenada. All beaches have to be able to be accessed by locals, but this one in particular is very secluded. It's lovely. There's an outdoor gym, wellness room, and a super inviting infinity pool. It's very nice. And guests also have access to Silver Sands at Grenada to use their spa and dining options. It's 5 minutes away from the airport, very close, and it is a pretty intimate property. It only has 31 rooms and suites. Next. Silver Sands Grenada. This is like the big sister of Silver Sands Beach House. It is a 5-star virtuoso property. It's located on our very famous Grenada Beach. It has 43 suites and 9 gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous luxury villas. There's a beautiful spa that has an ice room and a hot room and a really nice pool. You know, they serve you, you know, tea when you get there. It's just the whole experience from the time you arrive to the time you leave is top notch. There are 2 dining options and also a cigar and rum lounge. And it is a member of the leading hotels of the world, which is a pretty big honor. Say go next. Spice Island Beach Resort. This is one of our local family-owned properties. It's an all-exclusive 6-star Diamond Award recipient. It has 64 very elegant suites and a full-service spa. It is also a virtuoso property, and it is located on Grenada Beach, and they have a dive shop as well. Spice Island really prides themselves on their service. I mean, it is really a top tier property. They're also very family friendly. They have a really nice kids club as well. Next. Sandals, we all know Sandals. Sandals Grenada is fantastic. It's on Pink Gin Beach. It has 257 rooms and suites. So this is one of the bigger properties that we have in Grenada. And there are 10 dining options, which are all, you know, different, unique. We're all very familiar with the Sandals brand, so you kind of know what to expect here. The view from this property is very nice as well. You kind of get to see you know, quite a bit down the coast of Grenada. So that I think is very special about here. The view is lovely. And Royalton, another global brand that we're all familiar with. This one is 5 minutes from the airport. It's very special because it's actually located on 2 white sand beaches. 267 rooms, so this is a bigger property as well. Great conference facilities for those of you that are organizing anything within, you know, the MICE segment. There's free Wi-Fi, the entire resort quite onto the beach. And there are 8 restaurants with reservation-free dining. And I'm sure you guys are all familiar with the Diamond Club, which is where, you know, you can have your higher levels of service and amenities. And they also have really nice gardens and lots of wildlife on this property, actually, lots of birds. Seiko? Calabash, this is one of my favorites. This is a local family-owned resort. It's been voted the #1 luxury hotel in the Caribbean by TripAdvisor. They do a very special breakfast service where you can have it served on your private balcony or on the beach. There are only 47 suites. They all have a sea view. They also pride themselves on service excellence. Much of their staff has actually been there since the resort has opened. It is a beachfront property located on Lansapine, which is an upscale neighborhood in Grenada. And they also have a dive shop as well. So lots of water sports included, and they are very family friendly as well. Lots of good activities for the kids. They have lawn games and stuff like that. La Luna is a local family owned property as well. It's actually located on the same beach as Silver Sands Beach House, but you would never tell because there's so much kind of greenery separating them both. It's 26 rooms, cute boutique hotel. It's in a secluded location, so it's very perfect for, you know, romantic getaways, laid back holidays. They have a great Asian spa with Balinese therapists. They have an outdoor yoga pavilion. They're very big on yoga there. So they have daily classes, meditation and Pilates in that pavilion. They do outdoor movie nights. They also just recently built a new bar within the Enchanted Forest. I know it all sounds very like magical and ethereal, but they really do have an enchanted forest on the property where you can wander through, and there's pretty twinkling fairy lights, and there's lots of different local art within the forest, so different sculptures, paintings, things like that. They have a wishing tree that people go and write their wishes on and tie them on in colorful ribbon. So it's all very aesthetically pleasing, and they just built a cool new bar in the Enchanted Forest. So lots to see and do at La Luna. Radisson, this is another global brand that everybody is familiar with. This is also one of our larger properties, 229 rooms. This one is on Grand Anse Beach as well. They have their own dive shop, as well as a swim bar, 2 professional tennis courts, fully equipped gym. They have a really nice waterfall pool there as well. And this has the most amount of conference space in Grenada, 15,000 square feet for your conventions, events, meetings, etc. Next. Coyaba, this is a family-owned resort on Grand Anse Beach as well. Now, I know I've listed a lot of hotels that are located on Grand Anse Beach, but I don't want you guys to think that Grand Anse is like always super crowded or anything like that. That is completely not the case. It's a very long beach, and you know, even me as a local, when I go there, I can always find like my own spot that's not, you know, super pressed up next to somebody. You would never know that there are so many resorts on this beach. It's great, actually. 80 rooms located right on Grand Anse Beach, as I said. They have their own dive shop as well. They have great, fabulous, brand new tennis courts, also a fully equipped gym. They are also very service oriented. When you are at Koyaba, you do feel like you're part of the family. Everybody knows your name. And they also have very beautiful gardens and a very nice pool as well. Next. Blue Horizons, this is a family-owned resort as well. They are very big on sustainability and being environmentally conscious. They are Green Globe Gold certified. Try saying that 5 times fast. It's very difficult. And actually, as part of when you're staying there, they do a lot of bird watching tours because Blue Horizons is a haven to 27 species of tropical birds. There are 32 self-catering units. There are 1 bedrooms. There are also 2 bedrooms as well. It's very centrally located. It's within walking distance of Grand Anse Beach. Grand Anse Beach is literally a 3-minute walk, pretty much across the street. There's lots of shopping and restaurants in the area as well, all within a 5-minute walk. So it's really nice for people who want to explore Grenada on their own. And of course, Grenada is very safe. So that is something that we encourage our guests to do. And they too, you know, you feel like part of the family when you're there. Because they are a family at Blue Horizons that owns it. Next. Mount Cinnamon. Mount Cinnamon is lovely. It's very colorful, very cool, very kind of contemporary boho Caribbean chic. It's a 30-room resort. It is located in 2 parts, actually. So part of it is on Grand Anse Beach, one of the restaurants, and a lot of their, you know, like they have a big lawn space as well. So there's like lawn games and then of course the water sports and the dive shop. All of that is on the beach, and then the rooms themselves are on the hillside directly across the street. They have golf carts to get people to and from if they wish. They do complimentary breakfast. There's 2 restaurants, 1 on the hillside, 1 down on the beach. They have fitness facilities, tennis, non-motorized water sports are complimentary as well. And all suites and villas have this view that you're looking at right here. Panoramic view of the Caribbean Sea and Grand Anse Beach. It's lovely. Mount Cinnamon is a really, really nice property. Highly recommend. True Blue Bay. Oh God, I love True Blue Bay. This is a local family owned property as well. It's a mixture of 70 rooms, suites, and villas. They have beautiful tropical gardens. They are located on a bay, so not on a beach. However, they do have complimentary shuttles to different beaches every single day. And they are no more than 10 minutes away from any of our beaches. I believe that they have shuttles to Magazine Beach, BBC, and Grand Anse. So, you know, you could choose a different vibe each time. They do local cooking classes. They have a street food Wednesday, which is super popular with their visitors, other hotel guests, local students. It's super popular. They have different vendors come and, you know, serve their food. And then they have a great live band and DJ after. They have a really nice outdoor yoga pavilion, a gorgeous spa, the Blue Haven Spa, gym. They're super family friendly as well. They have children's playgrounds on the premises, and they have Grenada's first climate smart rooms. They are also very big on sustainability. They recycle, they have a biogas machine. They grow a lot of their own herbs and stuff that they need for the kitchen. And they're also in the process of building a conference center. So they will soon be looking to do a lot more events and things like that. Oh, wow, that's it? Okay. We are coming to the end of our presentation. We definitely invite you all to please follow us on, you know, the social media. We are on Instagram, we're on Facebook. We are Pure Grenada on all of the different platforms. So please, guys, follow us. Our content is fantastic, and it will definitely make you want to come yourself and also send your clients. Next slide. Oh, Sekou. Okay, this one's you. This is Sekou's baby.
Thanks, Renee. Thanks, Renee. Yeah, so we have a Grenada Travel Expert program that I would like to encourage everyone who is actually on our webinar today to sign up to. On our Grenada Travel Experts, you can go through the engaging content and do the short quiz. And actually, you would pass that quiz after listening to our presentation today within 5 minutes. So again, please become a Grenada Travel Expert, register your bookings, and you can actually win cash prizes, monthly cash prizes, as well as qualify for our FAM, which I am planning for November. So please, in order to actually qualify, you need to log all your bookings to Grenada. Don't forget, I know everyone's busy and everyone's booking Grenada, But in order for me to know who's booking Grenada, I need you to log your booking. So again, I am encouraging one and all to log all your bookings and become a Grenada travel expert. The website address is expert.puregrenada.com. Really easy to remember. Again, expert.puregrenada.com. And again, I am Sekou Stroud and my colleague Renee. We're always here for you. For everything Grenada, we are your first contact. I am based in Toronto and Renee is based in Grenada. And we are just welcoming and looking forward to filling those planes that are going to be flying to Grenada from November. But we do have once-week flight with Air Canada currently, which we would really like to increase the 2 flights weekly from next year with Air Canada in the summertime. So in order to do that, Air Canada needs to know that it's economically viable. And because of that, I'm really imploring everyone to actually sell Grenada, fill my planes this summer, fill my planes this winter. So next year when we negotiate, we can get additional airlift. Additional to that, we are having a showcase on the 1st of August, Grenada showcase, and we have invited a virtual showcase, I should add. And we have invited many of the hotels that Renee spoke about, as well as chocolate factories, as well as dive operators to come on our platform to actually speak to you all, or you can actually visit each booth for each hotel, each chocolate factory, and each dive shop to get more information about the property or the business. So you can be able to sell the destination and sell the respective hotels from a position of knowledge. So that information for a virtual showcase, Grenada virtual showcase on the 1st of August is with a sport agent. So please look out for the information for that to log in. I am, again, thank you so much for listening. We are open to all the questions that you have right now. We actually ran through that presentation quite quickly, Renee.
I know, right? Out of us. We do have some questions. You want to address them? Should we address them now, Sekou? You ready?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay, so Deborah.
You'll have to ask them because I can't see the questions right now as I'm sharing.
No, cool. Deborah asked if Spice Island still an all-inclusive. Yes, it sure is.
100%.
Christine asked, do any of the resorts offer meal plans? Actually, all of them do. And that's the beauty of being, especially the family-owned ones, that's the beauty of being family-owned. They are willing to tailor meal plans and stuff to what works for you. How much might a day of diving cost with equipment? Suzanne, that one I can't speak to confidently. Can you send?
So Susan, I'd recommend that you come on to the virtual showcase that we're having on the 1st of August. We do have dive operators that's going to be exhibiting, so you can ask that question directly to the dive operator.
Yeah, sorry, Suzanne. I can't confidently answer that one, no? Pamela, what is the name of the beach where the sculptures are? It's not a beach, actually. It's a bay. There's no beach where the sculptures are. They are located in Molinaire Bay. You have to take a boat there. But you don't have to dive. You can snorkel, and on very clear days, you can actually even see them from the surface. So you could take a glass bottom boat.
Additionally, we also have our gap, which is our an artificial reef that we've taken concrete blocks and we've made pyramids about 6 feet high, and we've sunk them off the coast of our Grandans beach. That's the beach on the screen that you're seeing right now. So and the reason for doing that is similar to why the sculptures were created and sunk. Every single day, as the pyramids are under the water, corals start growing on those pyramids. And as the corals grow, the sea life moves in because, of course, a lot of the fishes, they actually feed off of the corals that grow. So right off of Grandans Beach, you can actually snorkel the pyramids, and it is amazing. In addition to our underwater sculpture park, which you will have to take a boat, which is about 10 minutes away from the shore. And as Renee said, you can see them by snorkeling, diving, or from glass bottom boat.
Nice. Okay, and then we had an anonymous question. Is there any resort that has kids club that deals with children with autism? I do believe that both Six Senses and
Sandals, I believe. Oh no, sorry, scratch that.
I believe Six Senses kind of touched on that when I went there to do their tour. They are very like sensitive and aware of stuff like that. They have lots of, you know, different sensory things for kids to enjoy. And also I do believe Spice as well. Please spell the name of the beach with the pyramid reef. That's Grandance, right, Sekou?
That's correct.
Yeah, so Grand space ANSE. We also had some stuff in the chat as well that I wanted to address. Hold on, let me just pull it up. Okay, so hold on, guys. Sorry, bear with me. Anne Brobin is taking a group of 21 guests to Grenada in November, staying in Blue Horizons. And if you want to reach out to us, our emails, Sekou's email especially is there at the bottom, canada@puregrenada.com. If you want to reach out to us about that, we'll be happy to address that in a different space. Kate wants to know, will we be able to smell the chocolate? Most of the cocoa is grown in the country, so you would have to go up there. But definitely as you're approaching the chocolate factories, especially, you can definitely smell it in the air. Oh, Lorraine's gonna be here for Christmas. That's lovely. Somebody wants to know, how can we register for the virtual expo on August 1st? Sekou?
Yeah, so that you have to be on Sport Agent platform, and they usually send out information on the Sport Agent platform. Or you can send me an email and I can send you the link.
Okay, and then Anne would like to talk to Sekou more about the agent fam in November. So guys, all those types of things, Sekou and my email is on the screen right now. So you guys just email us and we are more than happy to be at your service. And Kate, thank you for the compliments. I think that I talk very fast. So if I'm ever stressing you out on a webinar, please let me know.
You're quite articulate.
I know, but I do talk fast, so. How is Suzanne wants to know, how is the seaweed on the beach in Grenada? We are actually not super affected by it in the south. Some of the beaches in the north do have a bit of seaweed on them, but sorry. I do believe that people are very vigilant about, you know, cleaning them up, but we don't really have an issue on Grandance Beach. There's none. BBC Beach, there's none. Magazine Beach, you know, our main beaches that visitors will go to are all clear. We don't have as big a problem with sargassum as some other places, luckily, you know.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So that's it.
And I think that might be it. Thank you all so much for joining us. Sorry, I accidentally muted myself. Yeah, we really appreciate it, everybody. Hope to see a lot of you on August 1st as well.
Yes, looking forward to seeing everyone on August 1st. Send me an email. You have my email address here, and I can send everyone the link for that Grenada showcase. It's going to be very, very, very informative. Again, like I said, all the hotels are going to be represented, as well as the chocolate factories and dive operators on the island. So it's going to be very, very informative, and I really implore everyone to, you know, connect and sell Grenada. Looking forward to my flight being filled from today onwards, and looking forward to an additional airlift into Grenada from next year, because my flights are going to be filled this year, so I can negotiate next year for additional airlift. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much, Travelweek, for having us and hosting this. And again, Renee, you're awesome. Thanks for joining from Grenada. Sorry I couldn't see your beautiful face, but next time.
Oh, but look, here it is, the picture. That's me right there, guys.
All right.
All right, bye everybody. Have a great day.
Bye everyone. Have a good day.